Good morning, afternoon, evening, and good dawn, Contender Tachi. This is your boy Cypherx wishing you an amazing day as always. With the SCA tournament around the corner, I wanted to get part 2 of the Overdox 2.0 prep out to you guys to put you in the best possible position to succeed in this amazing Melee BR. If you're new to this series or my channel, I'll put a link to the overall playlist up above in the video and down below in the description and comments. Definitely keep an eye on this list as we update more and more over the coming weeks. Now, picking up where we left off, Tip 4. Kill strategically and prioritize survival. That's right, newbie, this game is not about kills. It's a battle royale, not a deathmatch. I can't tell you how many times and how many games focusing on not dying over getting kills has led to awesome victory. I mean, sweet, delicious, I outplayed you, I felt smarter about myself type of victory, not just I spammed you to death victory. Those are all shallow and we know it. Too many newbies gear up for sheer damage, then get two-shot because they did not take the time to properly farm or position themselves for success. Just because you see an opponent does not mean you should automatically go after him. Take a breath, try to identify what weapon they are using, then go from there. If you're hurt, avoid confrontation altogether. If they're hurt, think real quick and measure the pros and cons about whether or not you can finish them off soon enough. But if you see a full HP opponent walking around with a particularly dangerous weapon, don't run in spamming. There's a good chance you're going to lose without a proper plan or strategy. Survival is key, and you'll see this in previous tournaments and even some of my streams. The big ticket players will survive into the final circle, surviving on farming gold, HP, and acquiring the right skills. Think about how to win. Spamming attacks is not the only way to kill someone, and it's for sure not the smartest. Tip 5. Know your enemy. Literally, know your enemy. Alright, let's pause here. Kick your feet up, grab some popcorn. In fact, go use the restroom because this is going to be the bulk of this video right here. Got your snacks? Emptied your bladder? Alright, let's go. Check the roster as it's the first thing you're going to see when you start a match. This is on purpose by design. Take a sec to mentally prep for who you're about to fight. If you miss it, check it by hitting the question mark on the right side of the screen at any time during your match. And I'm not just saying look out for rainbow and awakened weapons. They do have pretty obvious icons, but for real, look for weapons you have trouble against. Look out for weapons you have particular issues with. Then use this information to mentally prep for the weapon types that you're going to be fighting, especially if you know particular players. Prepare for certain status effects like bleed and frozen to pop up. You see a Chaos Ender? Expect Frost and Confuse level 2. You see a Longsword? Expect bleed and bring cleanse. You see lava blades or a crimson eye, maybe an eternal highborn? Expect a lot of fire and a lot of burn effects, and know how to avoid being hit too much to let that build up on you, even through guard. Knowing what you're up against will help you a long way towards preparing for that final circle fight and even earlier encounters. A big part of patch 2.0 was the awakening of weapons and the additions of little effects to their ults that make them particularly dangerous now. Here's a quick rundown of each weapon's unique ability adjustment. And again, this only affects their unique abilities. This does not affect their normal abilities or their normal attack combos, okay? We good? Cool. Starting with Steel Sword, they added knockdown on hit and gained an increase in size and projectile speed to the blade wave. Dark Pulse gained 40% increased movement speed and 50% more damage while in the shadows. Side note, patch 2.0 also added stun to the final attack of Dark Pulse as it ascends from the shadows and attacks you, so it's kind of hard to deal with now if you just stay in there and try to take the damage. Knight's Heart also gained a 10% max health recovery on its ult. Executor gained 2 seconds of immobilize for targets caught within its ring of effect. Thunder gained 2 seconds of stun and an improved area of effect. Savagery reflects 44% of damage from normal attacks in addition to an improved area of effect. Concerto de Sanguin's ult increases your movement speed by a whopping 40%. Lava Blade's ult now does 400 damage to all enemies over 5 seconds. Blades of Black Snow got the royal treatment. Bob's ult now inflicts blind and frostbite in addition to lasting for a whopping 6 seconds, much longer than it was previously. In addition, you do 50% more damage on your normal attacks to affected enemies, so it's kind of like weakness as well, if you're familiar with that from MMORPGs, or like defense down. This last one is really nasty. I've cracked opponents for dummy damage with the combo 3 kick for like 600 to 800 damage. Do not let the Blades of Black Snow catch you with your pants down. Moving on, Great Sword of Destruction received a needed 20% bonus move speed during its ult, so keeping prey in the area of effect is going to be much easier. Dragonsteel Greatsword's Awakening makes both of its hits unblockable. Normally it's the second hit that's unblockable, so effectively this can be seen as a damage increase. It also received knockdown on its second hit in addition to a larger area of effect. Chaos Ender received increased damage and area of effect. Giant Ancient Dragon Hammer received greater hit radius on its normal attacks in addition to stun for 1.4 seconds on its ult. It's the only weapon that got any augmentation to its normal attacks. Here's a particularly nasty one. The electric hammer got cleanse built right into its ult, making this weapon particularly nasty as the only weapon with built-in cleanse. It finally happened. We kind of talked about it being something that all people could have, but apparently they wanted to give it to elect hammer. So hey, you have a walking sledgehammer that has built-in cleanse on like a 5 or 10 second cooldown. Isn't that amazing? Admittedly, I used to not care much about this weapon. There was only like 2 people who could possibly use it well. But now, oh my god, like there's an extreme awakening elect hammer user out there, you know who you are, who is literally destroying people left and right. I'm seeing this guy wreck legendary users on a giant hammer that didn't even have a damage ultimate. It's kind of dope, right? Think about it. Its ult is on a 10-second cooldown that wipes away all negative effects, makes you immune to hit effects for a little bit, and for about 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds, you're immune to damage. That's amazing. You can go and just going ham on people. I really do feel bad for anyone running around and they run into like an extreme awakened elect hammer user in full spike or full undie or something like that. That's a dangerous combo. Big Red Mountain received exhaustion and 1.5 seconds of stun on its ult. Crimson Bull received knockdown on its ult's last hit. Wyvern Lance received a 10% max HP heal to its ult, really similar to Knight's Heart, in addition to increased damage. The Sky Cannon Awakening received increased area of effect on its ult. Arbor's Wind Gust got an increased duration and increase in damage. Master Wind's ult got buffed across the board with an increased area of effect, longer knockdown effect, and increased damage. Honestly, don't sleep on this weapon. We agree in Discord that a Dance Ult combo 3 into an ult has the potential to 2-shot players if you have a crit build. Master of Wind's ult can crit and has been recorded to hit upwards of 700 damage. Do not sleep on this. Eternal Highborn received double the time in invis and double the move speed buff on its ult. Heavenly Winds got a 1.7 stun added to its in-combat ult in addition to an increased size and speed to the tornado it summons. Honestly, the Heavenly Winds in-combat ult hits me all the time. I didn't need this. Why are you making my life more difficult, Acient? Finally, Lotus Flower's ult got unblockable added to the first attack, so the whole attack is unblockable now. In addition, the final attack got a full bleed added to it, so you're going to be able to go in and bleed people almost immediately with the Lotus Flower's ult, taking full advantage of the 1.4 damage multiplier on bleed and regular damage. Now this is a lot of info I just put out there. This is not just me, guys. Big shout out to all the homies in the Discord chat for putting this together. Again, guys, 80% of this info on this channel is not me alone. It never is. It takes a village. Check out Discord links for both my personal Discord and the community Overdox Discord down below in the description, and check out that information for yourself firsthand. I'm talking updates, I'm talking builds, I'm talking concept designs and theories all day, every day. Lastly, for this video, tip 6, learn how, when, and what to parry. Don't give me that look, hopeless newbie. Your name is not hopeless and you're not a newbie forever. This tip goes in line with the previous one. Knowledge is power. So here's a quick and dirty list of what moves you can parry in general, broken down by weapon type with legendaries at the end. Sword and Shield, combos 1, 2, and 3 except for combo 4. Mace, combos 1 and 2. Dual Blades, all attacks can be parried. In fact, you technically have double the parry chance on dual blades with certain attacks attacking twice, namely attack number 1. So be careful how you spam that. Greatsword, opposite of dual blades. No attacks can be parried. Good luck. Hammer, combo 2 can be parried. This is the backswing on all hammers. Lance, combo 1 and 2. Typically go for combo 2 because many Lance users will spam combo 2 right after combo 1 and it's easy to get the timing for it. Staff, combos 1, 2, and 3. I find combo 1 easiest to parry. Combo 1 has a bit of a lead-in animation with a brief delay in the character's turn. Combo 3 is the most annoying with the backflip and comes out nigh instantaneously, but it is parryable. Lastly, Longswords combo 1, 2, and 3. For legendaries, the following are parryable attacks. Hydra, combo 1 and 2, the first 2 swings. Scothy, combo 1 and 2, the first 2 attacks, the lunge and backhand. Dahaka, combo 2 and 3. This is the second jab attack, followed by the spin attack. Crimson Eye, nothing can be parried, good luck. Goliath, combo 2, where they basically dump the whole bike on you or like slam it on you. However, know this, Goliath basically plows through being parried on this attack, so going for a parry is not advised. They'll basically come right back at you and just start spamming again. Grim Reaper, combo 1 and 2, and surprisingly, the psyched attack in Reaper form. Black Swan, combos 1, 2, and 3 are parryable, however, pay attention. If the Swan is glowing like it's on fire, avoid fighting it. This fire means that its fever mode is engaged and all of its attacks are unparryable, aka overpowered according to in-game terminology. This means that for a very short time, the Black Swan owner can wail on you without worrying about being parried or punished. Let that fever mode burn out before engaging them. Lastly, Dance of Light, all normal attacks are parryable from start to finish. Their nigh instantaneous nature of the DOL attacks are the problem. But the point is, you can parry it. And what's that old saying? If the gods can bleed, they can be killed, right? Well, that's nice, but it doesn't help me learn how to parry. Well, learning to parry can only be done live fire. I'm sorry, but that's the best way to learn. Or maybe friendly matches, live fire, whatever you want to call it. Best I can tell you is abuse bots you see during the match. Bots will always have a first name, last name, double digit type of name and try to ult you on sight, then spam their attacks. You can tell it's a bot because they will stop following you if you jump into a bush. Find a bot and use them to practice a bit of parrying when you can. It's easiest to do with a shield weapon and a staff. They just have an easier time blocking. Giant weapons, outside lands, are a little bit tougher, and small edged weapons like dual blades and longsword are the absolute hardest to learn. They have a very narrow window to parry. By far, the umbral sword is the easiest to learn parrying on due to the healing nature of its ult. However, just sidebar, RIP, using umbral weapons, they're not as competitive as they used to be with Awakening coming out. Unfortunately, umbral weapons did not get access to Awakening, so now they're literally like bottom barrel until further notice. Like, they can still be used to give things and, oh, I want to flex my skills, so I'm gonna kill you with an umbral weapon. But just stats wise, purely stats wise, umbral weapons were not given any kind of equivalent to normal awakened weapons and are now considered kind of bottom tier where they were originally supposed to be. This is unfortunate. Umbral weapons were a lot of fun to use, but we'll still have all umbral weapon matches and friendly matches on stream, so still look forward to that. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you find it helpful. Always, if you enjoyed this, please drop a like and comment down below. It helps grow the channel and by association, the Overdox community, so we can have less bots and more players to fight again. Last I checked, we're always getting new players and the talent pool is always growing, so it's nice to have someone to fight against. Love, peace, and elevate your hunts, guys. Lates.